I have made something. I have made something. And no, not just a video for my main channel. That's coming a bit later. I made something at home, and I'd like to present it to you. Oh shit! Everybody, I present to you. Whoa! Look at this. It's the album wall, as I call it. It's the album wall. Whoa! This is ironically fucking sick to me. If you don't know, my least favorite color is yellow, and my whole room is yellow. So me getting into music, I finally had an excuse to cover up the shitty piss yellow wall with something interesting, and I decided to do album posters and stuff like that. So for this short little video, to pass time, I'm just gonna talk about all these, why they're here, what if they mean anything to me, all that stuff. Some of them are here because I like the albums themselves. Some of them are just here to represent the artist. So yeah, let's just go. I'm gonna go in the order that I put them up. So yeah, let's get started. The first one is of Yeezus. This one's actually appeared in videos like way before. I think I put this up in like July. It's been up here for like a year now. It's just a piece of paper, just like glued to my wall. Basically, I became a Kanye fan in around mid 2023. So basically a year at this point. And one of my favorite albums from him from back then a fucking year ago, was Yeezus, because it was like everyone's favorite. Everyone fucking loved this weird experimental industrial hip hop album. It was great. It's like Death Grips. I can't attest to that because I don't listen to that, but nonetheless, it was a great record for me back then. Nowadays, if I'm being honest, I don't play anything off of this album. It's not in my current Kanye rotation, which is really Pablo, Bullshit, Yay, Kissy Ghost, and Donda. I've basically overplayed like Kanye's first 5 albums, so I don't play them as much anymore. But nonetheless, I put this up way back then. Originally, it was just completely by itself, just on the wall, which was originally very funny. Nowadays, actually, this is one of my least favorite Kanye albums. It might actually be like bottom 3. If you don't know what that means, what it means by being bottom 3, I like Vultures more than Yeezus now. I'll repeat that. I like Vultures more than Yeezus now. But also, this album brings back a nice memory of mine. On my first day of college, I found out there was a music store like very close to our college, and me and this girl that I met that same day, we went there, and the first CD I saw was Yeezus, and I bought it immediately. So now when I think of the album, I kind of think of my first day of college and her. So that's kind of sweet, isn't it? Next up is this one. On surface level, it just looks like 3 pyramids, and that's what it is. This is a Pink Floyd poster that came in my vinyl. That by the way, I had a lot of vinyls that came with posters, but I actually never just put them up until like recently, as you can see now. And I really like this poster. There's nothing about this poster that screams like an artist or even Pink Floyd. It's just some nice artwork. And even though there's another poster in there that has like the band, like all the guys on it, I thought this one is cooler to put up. After that was this guy. Oh my god, it's Kanye West again. That will be the last time. While my parents were in Minecraft land, they found a record store, and my dad sent me a picture of a late registration and Twisted Fantasy, and I was like, hey, which one do you want? I was like, well, I'll be a fucking idiot if I did pick Twisted Fantasy. So I got the vinyl, and it was fucking lit. I thought about putting up like the other alternative covers that came with the vinyl, but I decided I'm not gonna put them up, and just because while listening to the record itself, it actually is fun to like swap out the covers and like look at it. Some of the covers are more reflective of some of the songs, so it's more fun to do. But yeah, sick painting, cool painting. By the way, people say like Twisted Fantasy is like overrated these days. I cannot believe people would like gaslight me into actually thinking that. I replayed the album on my vinyl and shit, and the album is still a 10 out of 10. I have no clue how people think otherwise. Every track is unironically incredible. But I have a video talking more about that coming in a bit. After these 2 were put up, and there was just Yeezus here, these 4 came, and I decided to just orbit them around Yeezus, as it was like the Messiah, the God. I mean, he does say on the album he is a god, so. First came Tyler. On the other side was just a cover of Igor. On this side is just Tyler, the Creator, in his amazing blonde bowl cut shit he was wearing. Not only is this just a funny picture, but also Igor is one of my favorite Tyler albums. And when I mean favorite, I mean it's like bottom 3. But nonetheless, it's an incredible record, with the Neo Soul productions being absolutely immaculate all the way through. An album about unrecruited love, very relatable songs on there. My favorites are definitely like shit like Gone Gone Thank You, Puppet, Earthquake. I think like basically the whole track list was just like great. The only song I don't play is the first track, Igor's theme. I know when I first heard of Tyler the Creator for my friend, I used to call this album Igor. I used to call it Igor because of Apple, because obviously iPhone, iPad. Igor. I don't come to this one as much really. If I'm looking for a Tyler album, I am playing that or Flower Boy. By the way, in England, it is hot as fuck right now. We were not built for this weather. We are going to die. I am dying right now. The next one up was 808s, and as well with this album, I also have a video on it. Is between these two. It's the middle child of these two albums. One, 808s was like the first CD I bought, and it came with this poster, so I thought I might as well put it up for like that kind of memory. And also, 808s is just a fire album. I don't know how people don't like this album. For me, this is the closest Kanye got to making pop music, and if you can't tell, I like pop music. So him going for that like nostalgic electropop, synth pop kind of sound for a whole album, that really got to me. That shit is just fire. Paranoid, Love Lockdown, amazing. Like let's see every track. Say You Will. No, wait, hold up. In my script, I literally talk about my favorite like songs, and I see list every single thing, and then I did the exact same thing. I mean it though. Every track on this album is genuinely incredible. It's a Pinocchio story, fuck that song. By the way, in this video, I feel like I'm speaking worse, like way more than usual. I'm not kidding about the weather, by the way. I'm actually burning alive. This is an awful time to record a video. Next up is Ariana Grande, Eternal Sunshine. I already talked about this album in a video, but as an artist, I've known Ariana Grande since like 2010, 2011 off of Victorious. She was a funny as hell character back then. After that, I watched Sam and Cat, which was an even better show, for being honest with you. And then the year after that, guess what? I started hearing some singles off of My Everything. And then I just kept listening. Because before 2019, the only way I would listen to music was through my car radio, basically. Because of that, a lot of music that we played was like pop, EDM, R&B, all that shit, which explains why I like pop music so much. But I was always excited when there was a new Ariana single that came out. I remember like Dangerous Woman and Sweetener and Thank You Nexus era. Like that's when I was like always hyped when I heard a new song come out on the radio. And Eternal Sunshine was basically the first album where I actually was there for the rollout of it, and it was great. The album is still phenomenal to me. Bye is still like a at least top 20 song from her, and I think. As an artist, see the thing with most pop artists are actually pretty generic and bad in my opinion. It's the same like generic drum kit, the same subject matter. I'm thinking like Taylor Swift, trash. Billie Eilish, trash. Crazy Adams, trash. There's so many bad pop artists, and because of that, because she's like one of the only few who I think actually make a unique sound. She has a unique sound first of all, especially back in the Thank You Next Time Positions era, where it was a mix of like trappy music, soul, and pop, and I think that really worked well. But also, again, she's just good. She's a fantastic singer. She just is. And again, the people behind her production and her songs are incredible. Songs like Greedy, and even off of this album is just beautiful to listen to. She's unironically like my favorite pop artist, but that's not saying much. There's no real competition, being honest with you, except for her, but we'll get to that. And the final one of this little orbit we made is Travis Scott. This hard as fuck photo of him from the Birds in the Trap era for my CD that I bought. Travis Scott is a top 3 in like the Trey 10s, but like no one says that. No, I don't know why. I don't know why the big 3 is Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. I understand Kendrick. I understand Drake, despite who he is. J. Cole? Who the fuck is on J. Cole? Anytime I hear J. Cole song, I want to go to sleep. He's actually Nitro in audio form. Travis Scott deserves to be in the big 3. Above Drake and Kendrick? Not really, no. Even though he makes better music than Drake. But like, still, I think he does deserve to be in there. And also, Birds in a Trap is like a good album. I don't know why people hate this album so much. I re-listened to it the other day. It's like actually pretty good. There's a lot wrong with it. There's a lot of flaws with it. And Utopia, Astroworld are way better. I haven't listened to Rodeo in a while, but nonetheless, I think it's a solid record. So I don't mind it being there. So also iconic duo Travis and Ye. So yeah, and also the first album he worked on with Ye, right above that. It's full circle. Next are these two, which honestly they don't have much explanation. This is Nayeon, I think how you pronounce it. Basically, I was online shopping and I found like this poster. I thought, hey, that's a cool kind of poster. That'd be cool on my wall, and I bought it. Isn't it even like that shocking? It should be shocking to you. I blind buy albums from artists I have no clue who they are. I just bought these posters because I just thought it looked good on my wall probably. After I bought them, I actually researched the artist as I should have probably. It's K-pop, but the thing about her music, the music itself is really good. It's weird because despite being K-pop, there's actually not a lot of Korean language like at all in her music. Like in the two albums she made, there's like barely a Korean in it. Her newest record is like one song that has like Korean in it, so it just sounds like regular pop music to me. And also that said album, it just sounds like Thank You Next and Eternal Sunshine mixed together. So it just sounds like my favorite female artist album. So I don't mind. Would I recommend her music to other people? I don't think anyone would really care at all. I wouldn't recommend K-pop to anyone, being honest with you. Nonetheless, that's why she's here, because she made two good albums and cool posters. Next up is this, which I wanted for a while. It's my Pop 2 poster that came with my Pop 2 vinyl. Ignore Sonic, he just lives there. I don't think I've touched this thing since like 2022, I'm gonna be honest with you. Anyway, so you know what I said, I do a lot of blind buying for artists. Like I just buy one album, they have a vinyl, or in this case, a poster for her. Yeah, for Charli, one of her albums she made, How I Feel Right Now, it came with an orange vinyl. And even though I heard of Charli way before that, obviously like the Boom Clap song or whatever from like 2014, I didn't know she still made music, obviously. I wasn't checking for new stuff. And I kind of wanted my first colored vinyl in my collection, so I decided to buy it. I honestly didn't think I actually would get it. I legitimately, like, I was like a broke college student at the time, and I sent like very low buy offers to like at least 5 different sellers, and none of them accepted it except for like one guy on Discogs, and I got it, so that's kind of cool. When I first played the album, I was very confused. The first track on How I Feel Right Now is fucking whack. But it was really good, and it introduced me to how Charli's music is, which is basically she basically is the experimental hip hop of pop music. So she does a lot of hyper pop, bubblegum bass, all that shit. The weird shit that isn't mainstream, but kind of mainstream, but isn't mainstream. We'll get back to that. Either way, Pop 2 is just overall like an incredible album. It's only 10 tracks, and it's all bangers, no filler at all. I like the concept of the album itself, just being titled like the sequel to pop music as a whole. I think pop should honestly be like this album. I think it'll be way more interesting than like the shit that's coming. Dude, there's so many bad albums that came out this year. This is like pop music has been so bad this year. Outside of like Ariana and Charli. But yeah, listen to it if you want to. So I'm gonna skim through really quickly because I don't have like that much like interesting to say. Other than this, that many good artists. Bjork, she made Post. She made Debut. That's all you need to know. Play Army of Me. That's all you need to know. Beabadoobe is an artist I got into along with another one, Clever, that like a little duet I like. Honestly, this album is one of the best like alternative rock records I've ever heard. You wouldn't think that like such like aggressive guitarist would go so well with her like soft voice, but it really does, and it creates this weird dynamic that I really fuck with. Unfortunately, I think this will be her best album. I think that Baytopia was not as good as this. I don't think her record coming out in August will be as good as this, but nonetheless, a fantastic record and incredible debut. Anyway, let's get to the boys. Fuck women. Let's get to the boys. Yeah, the man albums. the man albums. These three aren't even mine. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't buy these. My brother used to put up album covers on his wall, like I am now. And these are albums that meant something to him, that now means something to me, back in his day, back when he was my age, I guess. He was 16 when this dropped, he was like 14 when this dropped, he was again 16 when this dropped. So obviously, like, as a teenager, this is just what was out at the time for him. I still remember when I went into his room once and I saw the blonde album cover, I just thought, like, why does he look like a Minecraft dirt block? That album is fucking stupid. that's all I thought. But no, man, I fucking love these albums. I love these artists. Dilet is not here specifically because it's Dilet. I don't really care if it was Dilet or whole lot red. I just think Carti as an artist is just funny as fuck. Like his ad-libs, the way he raps. Everything about Carti is just like funny. In a ironic sense, being honest with you. I don't really play much of his music because it's kind of whack, but I do fuck with long time RP. His verse on Field Trip by Kanye is incredible as well. Like I prefer Deep Voice Cardi. Blonde by Frank Ocean, oh my gosh, the best album of all time. is not even his best work, not even his second best, maybe not even his third best, but you know what? It is a great record, and it is a very emotional album for people. Not really for me. I don't I don't get emotional for music. I think that it's low-key overrated. But that's not saying it's a bad album at all. It definitely is not bad. It's great. I just feel like when it comes to like Ocean, Channel Orange, and Endless was way better. But nonetheless, I put it here because I still really love this album. It got me through some shit as well. And yeah, and I think Astroworld is just the embodiment of what good trap music is. It's a very psychedelic trap album with basically all bangers on it. And again, I think this album and Utopia just symbolizes how Travis really is part of like the big three in terms of like 2010s artists today, or like rap artists, I guess. Also, I should probably mention, it's weird to think that my brother used to play all these albums, because basically my brother doesn't listen to like any music that's like this at all anymore. He's a pure Christian and only listens to Christian music. That's how dedicated he is. So he basically abandoned all this, which is kind of, you know, crazy to think about, but it is a sacrifice a man deeply regarded will make, and you know, it is what it is. Last we have these, and then this and this, and we're done. We're done. From left to right, we got King Kendrick, Kung Fu Kenny, the murderer of Drake. Thankfully, respect for K-Dot just went up like 10 times more after this whole Kendrick and Drake beef. It's just like actually immaculate. My favorite album from Kendrick is Good Kid, Mad City, and then after that, T-Pad and Untitled. But I think Damn is my favorite cover, so I just had to put that on there. And also Damn has like bangers like DNA, Feel, Pride, etc. Also, it just symbolizes the actual greatest like rapper of today, basically. Like, there's no one on his level, like at all. People say like Lupe Fiasco can like battle him in rap, probably, but like I don't think anyone would care. Yay by Kanye West. This and The College Dropout was like the first two Kanye albums that I got really attached to, basically. One, this and Kissy Ghost is like contender for like best album covers of all time. Second of all, this album was very misunderstood for a very long time. This was a very personal album that Kanye made, a very minimalistic album too, sonically. And I feel like people didn't really know how to react to that at the time. It's basically the opposite of what Yeezus was, where people didn't really understand the sonics of it and how it was, and they just treated it as it was bad. Save for the waits. We have all the Kanye albums that were seen as like mid at first, and now are seen as like masterpieces by people. Then we have to get into the tracks like Ghost Town, Violent Crimes, No Mistakes, I Thought About Killing You, Yikes, you know what I mean? I actually once heard someone say that this feels like a Life of Pablo B-sides, and I kind of agree actually. I feel like Ye as an album, it actually is just like the Life of Pablo, except it's more of like the songs like Real Friends and FML and Waves, and I kind of like that. Like, I can't genuinely see some of these tracks like making it to Pablo. Overall, just a fantastic record, like top 4 Kanye. Also, the title is kind of relatable. I'm just blowing a fan on my face right now. I'm not kidding about that. This is the third time I'm bringing it up. I'm not joking. Like I'm trying to talk about my posters. I'm getting fucking lightheaded for how hot it is in my room. I'm actually gonna die. Call Me If You Get Lost by Creator the Tyler. Probably my favorite record from him, if not Flower Boy. Those are like tied between my favorite albums from him. This album is production-wise incredible, feature-wise incredible. With Tyler himself, incredible. Everything about this album is just great. It's a good homage to the 2000s like mixtapes of the time with DJ Drama. I love the storyline of this album a lot. Of a very rich dude who, despite everything, you know, he still can't get what he truly wants. You know what I mean? I used to, anytime I would travel, I would just play this album basically. Because it was just fun. It's just good travel music. It really is just good travel music. And I remember I used to have like Will Shire on repeat. I know Will Shire is like 8 minutes long, and I know that shit word for word, I swear. Like, there's just so many like quotables on this album. Like even like I can't tell you how many times I tried practicing Lil Wayne's verse or How Wind Blows. That shit is still like mind blowing to me how well he flowed on that beat. Overall, Tyler the Creator is just like one of my favorite artists of all time. He started with everyone just treating him as a joke, and then he rose to the top and actually proved himself as a great rapper and a great producer. And he's still underrated to this day. He still don't get the recognition, I feel like. He's dropping a jazz record next year, I promise you that. This one sucks because this is, on one hand, this is my favorite artist of all time. On the other hand, he's underground, so no one knows who the fuck he is. This is Trolleycat. This album is a mix of like hypnagogic pop, cloud rap, experimental hip hop, like even some vaporwave. There's a lot in this record. This is my I should probably say this is my favorite album of all time. Cries for a Computer. The title has nothing to do with the album, actually, being honest with you. It's a reference to what the album's referencing, which I'll talk about in a video. Because I have a big-ass essay on this album, which I hope to get out by the end of the year. But yeah, basically, this album is just a very personal, deep album about a man's issues. Around a year ago, it was very, very relatable to me, and it really got me through a lot of shit. And this is a single he dropped where it's basically just him talking about how much he misses 2017. And he raps about it in a very interesting way where, unlike other songs where it would usually just talk about the year itself and talk about all the good memories he had with it, he instead raps about everything he did that year as if it was in the current moment. And then the song ends with just the piano playing and the instrumental and him just saying, take me back to that time when he was acting like a edgy teenager as he was back then. Although 2017 isn't the year for me that I would want to go back to, it's the year -1. It's heavily relatable to me. And also my favorite song of all time is on this album. I'll put a link in the description. The song is so fucking good that there's no lyrics. The lyrics are in the fucking piano. There's a piano in the song and the lyrics are tied to the piano loop. It's so fucking weird, but I love it. Say about this one. This one is just Ariana Grande again. 2016 is when I became way more of an Ariana Grande fan. Obviously 2014 there was Problem, Break Free, etc. But this year, Side by Side, Into You, those really got to me. Those are my first songs on the radio back in 2016. So if I put up on there as a little homage. I put this one up because I put up Kids See Ghosts. The main reason is because I love the album cover. It's my favorite album cover along with Yay. But the second reason, I have 3 friends who hate this album with a passion for some reason. And it just reminds me of that. It's really funny. I even see online, I don't know why people hate this album so much. I've been playing it a lot recently. This is a great record. I don't know why people hate this shit. I think Kanye and Cudi just work as a great duo all the time. For example, even in Gorgeous, way before Kids See Ghosts came out. And even just the tracks Feel the Love, Fire, Cudi Montage. The only track that's kind of boring-ish is Free, Part 2 to me, and Kids See Ghosts, the title track. But other than that, this is an immaculate record in my opinion. And again, the album cover is just fucking beautiful. It's by the same guy who made the graduation cover. And finally up here, I thought he deserved a spot. I became a fan not too long ago, but because the internet, camp, and his new record that just came out, I thought Gambino deserved a spot here. Originally, Frank Ocean was gonna be here, and Ariana was gonna be there. But because I found this in my brother's room, I decided to swap him out with Gambino. The final two, these two, oh my goodness. We got Pharrell in my mind. This is at least a top 10 album of all time for me. I fucking love this shit. Pharrell is a rapper that's underrated because no one cares who the fuck cares about Pharrell rapping. Back in the 2000s, he actually liked his rapping style. And if you play some songs off this album, you can actually hear a lot of Tyler's flows within this. Because you don't know, Tyler Creator was really inspired by Pharrell. Most of his life for his music. So I thought I should put them both together, but also, this record is just incredible production wise. And finally, Brat. First of all, I broke my fucking jewel case and I'm really sad about it. You can't see it on camera. I cracked. What the fuck? I cracked my jewel case while listening to the album because I threw my AirPods up in the air and it I don't know how to explain. I more just put this up because one, this is one of the biggest records of the year. This album is everywhere basically. For good reason. It is really good. For me, I really like it because it just reminds me of old pop music. Back when pop was enjoyable. This gives off a very early 2010s vibe. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but nonetheless, it reminds me of that time period of music back when it was all electro pop and EDM, and it actually sounded good. As I said earlier, the thing I like about these two is that they make pop music that's actually unique from all the other generic shit, and again, Brat is no different. Also, the album cover is just really funny. Just how it looks normal here, but on the actual cover itself, it's just a pixelated text that says Brat on it, which I kind of like. I know when the cover came out, people were just this is the worst album cover of all time, and now everybody loves it. I fucking hate that crack. Also, Brat Summer being a thing is kind of cool. I kind of like that. I've been participating in it a little bit, but not really. Just for the fun of it, kind of. And also, it's Charli's breakout album. This album blew the fuck up, as I said earlier. And people were really getting into Charli XCX's music because of this album that just dropped in June. Which is great because I think as an artist, Charli is like severely underrated and deserves more recognition. So that's fun. And that is it. This is the album wall. Currently, there will definitely be more. This space here, I'll probably put more stuff on here. And probably stuff down there too. And obviously, I actually, if you haven't realized, I placed these the wrong way. Okay, so I placed these backwards, and I didn't space them out properly. So this just looks like kind of ugly. So I'll probably put some in there as well. But nonetheless, this is my poster wall for now as of today. Hope you enjoyed the video. I would be able to articulate why I feel like I didn't articulate why I liked a lot of stuff on here as well as I could have. I'm not joking. The heat in my room and just overall this summer because of like global warming and shit, it has been I just been feeling like lightheaded, like doing all this talking and explaining. But being honest with you, it does not get better weather-wise. So I thought I might as well make the video today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys on my main channel, and this channel, and my other 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 very soon. Which artists on this wall do you even recognize? Which ones do you like? What do you like that I put on here? What do you think I should take off immediately and I should be killed and murdered for putting it on my wall? If you have posters, what albums and like artists do you have on your wall? If you did buy a poster, what artist would it be? More YouTube comments, please, for engagement and views. Thank you. This weather fucking sucks. Bye.